What's going on YouTube? My name is Eli Rubin with We Market Mass. I've been doing digital marketing for the better part of 10 years now, and today we are diving into the world of heat maps with the assistance of a program that you don't have to pay for because I have, called LeadSnap. So we're going to be looking at a top performing business around a certain radius around Boston compared to a bottom performing business. By the end of the video, you won't have a step-by-step map, but you will understand exactly why some businesses are outperforming others when it comes to appearing inside of the Google Map Pack. If you like what you see and you think this is applicable to your business, feel free to reach out to us. And if not, and you like the learning, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's free 99. It helps us out greatly. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We're going to use ChatGPT. Name a service business area. Appliance repair, HVAC, Johnny B's pest control. Plumbing we did in the last video, so we're not doing that. Wow, they're really hyped on this pest control thing. All right, let's do pest control. ChatGPT has let me down at the beginning of this video. Colonial pest control. Wow, well, a common theme is just going to be that I can't spell anything. Holy cow, 946 reviews. All right, we're doing a 7x7 radius across 18 miles, and the keyword is going to be pest control near me. Here's how our friends at Colonial Pest Control rank. This is inside of the Google Maps pack, so let's take a step back. Pest control near me. If you're not familiar with the Google search engine results page, these are ads. This is also an ad. This, sponsored, is also an ad. Go away, Orkin. 1, 2, 3. These 3 spots are the most valuable spots that you can have on Google. This is defined through your business profile, your website, your reviews, pretty much a culmination of everything SEO related. And ranking here also pretty much guarantees that you get recommended on ChatGPT and stuff like that as well. So this is a super important spot to be in. Obviously, these 3 guys are here. But what this heat map is showing, when this says they're number 1 right here, it means that they're in this spot right here, the number 1 non-ad spot right here. So we can see, and remember, they were out of Worcester. It seems like this right here was the kind of hub of their business, although they're number 1 over here too. And then you can see as you move to the east, they go into 6, 12, 20. 20 means that they're not being found. So let's look at Ransford Pest Control because it says it's actually outranking them. Ransford is based out of Shrewsbury, so it's pretty close, but it looks like they have more green circles all around this area. I don't know. Which one do we want to choose? We'll look at that in a second. So let's scroll down here, and let's look at some of the businesses that aren't showing up. This is ProTech Pest Control out of Worcester. Their best ranking is number 3 here. They do have some number 4s, but if you remember, it's 1, 2, and 3. In order to see more businesses, you literally have to click the More Businesses button. So I'm not going to count number 4, even though it's kind of green-ish here. Milford Exterminating. They got 1 in Milford, and that's it. Pest X is just in Framingham. Ransford. Let's see them on Google Maps. 593 reviews. Are you kidding me? Let's look. Ransford Pest Control, family operated. Areas we serve. Where do you serve? Massachusetts. Okay, this is not a chain. All right, nice. Ooh, some of these towns have pages too. That's why they're ranking. All right, so let's go back to the heat map, and we'll start by looking at Ransford Pest Control. Now, Ransford Pest Control here. Let's make this the full screen. Ransford Pest Control seems to really control the area right around Shrewsbury, which makes sense because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're on the Hartford Turnpike in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. So obviously Google's going to know that they do pest control, and with 593 reviews, no way they're not number 1 in Shrewsbury. But you can see that even up here in Clinton, which is pretty far, they're number 2. Over here, they're number 3. It's really interesting to see such a broad spread down here. Number 3 in Upton, down here. But then you notice you get into Worcester, and if you remember, a lot of the companies on that list were out of Worcester, so Worcester becomes significantly more competitive. If I'm there, I'm probably focusing on Worcester. We'll talk about that in a minute when we actually analyze their website. So let's jump into Ransford Pest Control's website. I guess first things first, we should look at their business profile. 4.9 stars, 593 reviews is just insane. Reviews, everything looks great. Look, a response, a response, a response, a response, and their active reviews 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, a month ago, a week ago. Great job there. we go to their website. Let's check out their SEO. If you guys don't know, this is the detailed SEO plugin. It is a completely free tool that you can add to Google Chrome and look at everything your competitors have going on. In the title, Exterminator in Massachusetts Pest Control Company. Now, this is an interesting one because I don't think this is the best title for the page. I think they should be going after a specific town, but obviously they have great reach. I don't know if the reach is good enough here to justify Exterminator in Massachusetts. I think I would be going after like Worcester or Westboro Exterminator instead of Massachusetts. I think they might even get even better results doing that. Description. Top exterminator in Massachusetts. We offer same-day service to ants, mice, bees, wasps, and more. Headings. Family-owned pest control company in Massachusetts. Again, I don't know if I'd be going after Massachusetts. That's such a broad term. And, I mean, if you're watching this video, you're probably from Massachusetts, or at least you want to learn. If we look at the map, like, there's a lot of Massachusetts over here that they are not going to be serving. And there's a lot of Massachusetts down here that they are not going to be serving. So I would say like Worcester area or Westboro or something related to that, or even Shrewsbury, although it's, it's not as common. They are in Shrewsbury, right? Yeah, I'm remembering correctly. Although Shrewsbury is not as common of a search term, I don't know if we should be going after Massachusetts, but we want one H1 per page. It looks like they have one. We want 3 to 7 H2s. They have 10, but that's really not the end of the world. Everything looks like it's structured properly here. Let's take a peek through the home page. Services, reviews, pricing. Do they have a map? Do they have a map? There is no map. Okay, I would expect to see a Google map at the bottom. That helps with SEO as well. So there's definitely some room for improvement on this website, but they obviously know what they're doing. If we go to the areas we serve page, and I apologize for keep moving myself around, pest control service in Acton, Massachusetts. What I would like to see here, obviously they have the phone number right here. I'd like to see some sort of lead form at the top. Save $50. They have a call out right there. Residential services, termite control, mosquito control, etc. Again, no map at the bottom, and I don't know what elf site floating is. It's not perfect here, but the landing page is good. If we go to the title, looks good. Pest control in Acton. Acton Trust runs for 129 years. And H1, this H2 should probably be the H1 here. So again, this just goes to show that even though they I keep moving my head back and forth. This just goes to show that even though they completely dominate this heat map and they're the #1 result inside of this radius that I put together, things are not perfect. And that means that there's opportunities on the table for other people who have done this better to come in and start slowly taking away from the rankings. Now, one thing I can't tell here is how long this website has been in service. We'll do that in a separate video. We'll talk about that. But if this website has been live for 10 years and they've been doing a little bit of SEO every 10 years, it's going to be really hard to displace them. And that's probably why they're in the #1 spot. RansfordPestControl.com. We're going to go to Google Search Console. So it's site and then the URL. And let's see how many pages they have. Yeah, exactly. So there's 90 pages of results here, which means that, there's stuff like pest control in Worcester, pest control in Westboro, pest control in Milford, etc. They have all those pages built out, and they have a lot of them, which is fantastic. This is the exact local SEO strategy that you want to be doing. All right, so let's take a peek at Milford Exterminating. This is an interesting one down here. They're right here in Milford, and if you go into all of these areas, they're pretty much non-existent as soon as you get outside of Milford. So let's understand why. We're going to go ahead and pull up their website. And the first thing that you notice is they're linking to .gov, 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 .gov. This is all, I don't know why you would do that at all. So there's some updates to do here for sure. This is also a very, very, very old template. I can tell you that because it's not the width of the screen. If we go into the SEO, the title is too long. It does say Milford instead of Massachusetts. The description is fine. We have no H1, no H2, no H3. So massive issue there because Google's not going to know exactly what this website is without an H1. I mean, it'll have some idea, but let's go to Search Console and see if it has any pages. Yeah, we have 2 pages for this. So, I mean, that's a real example. If you have 2 pages on your website and you're not doing location-based stuff, and I would imagine this site has been around for a while, given the age of the theme, you're only going to appear in Milford, and this guy is probably not getting any jobs from his website. He's probably getting jobs from word of mouth because his business has been established for a while, or repeat customers, or he's doing some other method of marketing like door hangers or mailers or something like that. So That is why he's down here. And that is why Ransford Pest Control is #1 here. They have pages for every page they could possibly cover. And Milford Exterminating has 2 pages and very little location-based context. I mean, the website is called Milford Exterminating, which I think is the only reason he's actually appearing in Milford. And the website needs some more pages. So pay online. Well, we're even going to a different website when we click pay online. So a big revamp needed here at Milford Exterminating. If your website looks like this, I would highly encourage you to get in touch with us. We can bring you into the 21st century as far as your theme goes and as far as your website goes. And then we'll go ahead and start building you pages for Milford, Hopkinton, Franklin, Medway, etc. that are actually on your website instead of linking to .gov. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot us an email. It's hello@wemarketma.com. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.